everyone, Dana here. What a beautiful, amazing day it is here in Munich. It's only about 10 in the morning and it's already so warm and so beautiful. I woke up this morning and thought, let's hang out in the beer garden and tell a story. So in the last video that I put out, I mentioned, you might have noticed a pretty specific travel tip in there. That was the travel tips video, that you shouldn't forget about the apple at the bottom of your backpack when traveling into America. If you'd like to know the story behind that, that's happening now. A little story time. A couple years ago, I flew from here in Germany to Colorado to spend some time with my parents, and like always, I packed some snacks. I could not imagine flying without snacks, so I packed some of my favorites. Gorp, that's good old peanuts and raisins, but I also put M&Ms in there. That's the secret to really make it. That's peanuts, raisins, and M&Ms. That's what makes it good. Crackers, some Oreos, and a couple apples. I don't know how many apples, I just threw some into my bag. I flew from here to London, no problem in London, then from London to Colorado. Got to Colorado and they gave to me, I mentioned in the travel video, a customs declaration. And on this form you fill out what you are bringing with you into America, so any gifts, how much they're worth, whether you're bringing food into the country with you, and whether or not you've been on a farm, so in any kind of agriculture area. So, you know, it had been 16 hours since I left Germany. I was jet lagged. I thought I'd eaten all my food. I didn't remember exactly how much was in there, so I just went through, you know, no food, no farm, nothing like that. Got through the Colorado airport, made it, or the Denver airport, made it to baggage claim. I was standing there waiting for my bags when I saw a female cop walking around with one of those canine sniffer dogs looking for drugs. And, you know, as soon as I saw that dog, like, my heart started to pound in my chest, because I don't know about other people, but for me, as soon as I see the drug sniffing dog, I start to worry about whether or not I might have drugs in my bag, even though, of course, I don't. I start to wonder, like, well, maybe I put my bag down accidentally in a pile of some drugs, you know, like there was just a pile of drugs there and I accidentally rolled my bag in the drugs and the dog will smell it. I don't know. My mind works in some interesting ways. So I started to get panicked, but I calmed myself down, you know, it's okay. You don't have any drugs, of course, nothing, it'll be fine. So the dog comes closer, it's this cute little beagle, and as it nears me, it kind of charges towards me and starts barking at my feet. That is a terrifying moment, perhaps one of the scariest of my life, when you're standing there in the airport and there is a drug dog barking at your feet. So the cop comes over and she eyes me, you know, suspiciously and asks me, is there anything you would like to tell us about that's in your bag? No, I don't think so. Are you sure you don't have anything illegal in there? No, I don't think so, no. This is your last chance to tell us what's in that bag. Nothing, I don't know. So she opens the bag and she pulls out, you know, my leftover peanuts. She doesn't care about that. She pulls out some crumbs of Oreos and crackers, doesn't care about that. And then she reaches her hand way deep down into the bag and pulls out an apple, a Granny Smith apple. That was the offender. And she asks me, what is this? An apple, I say. And why do you have it? I don't know. I was hungry. So she took the apple and she explained to me that you are not allowed to bring any fruit into America from internationally. No fruit into America. And I guess that makes sense. You know, I have heard of this before, that fruits in different parts could have different microorganisms, different bacteria on them, and so it's not good to bring it into America. I've also heard, like, for example, in California, when you drive into California, you're not allowed to bring any oranges with you from outside California into California. And they will stop and check cars. So I get it. I totally get it. it really freaked me out to be stopped by this, you know, the canine sniffer dog. So she wrote on my form K9, which wasn't a very hidden code that I was stopped by the canine dog. And I kept waiting for my luggage. My luggage came out, grabbed it, but when I went to leave, I wasn't allowed to leave. The guy told me, no, because you have K9 on your form, that means you have to go now through the agriculture line so that I guess they can check my bag for more of whatever it was the dog found. And I tried to explain, you know, I promise it was just the one apple, but it was too late. I had to go through the agriculture line. So I went and stood in line, and it was me with my little backpack, and I think like 10 people that must have been coming from a dinosaur excavation, because their shoes were just caked in dirt and mud, and their clothes were dirty, and they had these bags with all kinds of tools and supplies. So I got in line with them, and they asked me, you know, hey, what are you here for? An apple. I tried to smuggle an apple. Ooh, yeah, that'll get you. So I put my bag down, went through the scanner, and I'm curious to know, I'm not really sure, what are they scanning for in the agriculture line? Are they just doing an x-ray like normal security, or is it a special scanner looking for bacteria or microorganisms? If you know what they're scanning for in the agriculture line in America, I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments below. So anyway, I made it through the line, no more apples in my bag. But by this point, I mean, my parents were waiting out there for me, and everyone from my flight had already come and left, and they were getting a little worried, like, where is our daughter? So finally I come bounding out. I'm here, I'm sorry I'm late. I got in trouble trying to smuggle a Granny Smith apple into the country. So that's the story of the apple at the bottom of my backpack. Don't forget about what's in your bag. No matter how jet-lagged you are, that's another tip for you, another travel tip. Don't forget about what's in your bag. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And why do I always say that? Because if you subscribe, for one, that supports me. That supports my channel, and it helps get my videos seen by more people and seen by you more often. And that's the same thing with the like. If you like my video, then you will see more of my videos. And if I see that one certain type of video gets more likes than the others, I can make more of those videos. So it really does help me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. And also, you can check me out over here on my Twitter and my Facebook, and that's where I post up sometimes inspirational photos, sometimes funny photos, sometimes photos of signs that I see here in Germany, what's going on in Munich, some posts by other bloggers about what's going on in Germany or travel in general. So yeah, check me out there. Please connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this story, if anything similar has ever happened to you. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, Auf Wiedersehen!